Quali as I hit the unmute button. Joined by Cows today, Feldman 9000. We are in Japan at Suzuka. Hopefully the audio is coming across good. Cows, you there?
Hey, how do I sound?
So we'll find out in the chat in a minute. Yes, unfortunately I could not log in to change the information, so we will worry about that after the race. We've already jumped into quali. Anza out first. This is the day of doing it live. I've tried to get this organized. Silva not doing it Tuesday, so I'm going to broadcast tomorrow. Got only 14 right now. Quali. I'm not sure if people are late or it's just a Tuesday, or if that's what we're running with, but we're doing it live.
What? So you said we're doing a full quality today?
No, it's short quality. I was saying we only got 14 people, not a full field.
I was about to say, this is a Q1. I'm wondering why everyone's coming out. Looking mighty cloudy out there, though. Really low tire temps. I'm gonna be curious what these boys started experimenting with the pressures for these initial runs. I see a incident or two for Sector 1 while those tires are still cold.
Dizzy Lizard commentating saying it's too loud. Last time it wasn't loud enough. Let me see if I can get this.
Speaking of incidents, Steve was out of the session. Gain at least a couple times from there.
Alright. It'll be my monitor here. Sound check. I'm literally wasting my breath. I heard it coming through the stream alright. Better. Okay. We're on nobody right now. Let's get somebody racing squared away with me.
We got Bevo coming through the chicane here, about to finish his first lap. Let's see where he stacks up here. He's gonna put him P2 on the front row. He slammed me a run for his money.
Still early. Bevo's always ones that sneak in at the last minute and take a pull. But if we're looking at
Yeah, and he's
129,
one to
129.9 here, the tires, well, you get these tires hot, you can really take some time off here. This track's so good. It's legendary. I think it's
Ooh,
one of the more.
Dylan has a little bit of a spin coming through the end of Spoon. Just caught the curve on the inside edge there.
6 people with times. Chapper's 4th right now, 139.25. Still going to try adjust. Let's see, put the gain up. Is that better? Hey, y'all yelled last week because I was too loud. Waking up neighbors. Where we at? I can hear it on that, so it's on me. Anyways, not to focus on the race.
So Dylan had that little incident coming out of Spoon, and looks like he's just going to go ahead and go for another push lap here, despite burning out those tires, but only having half his battery.
Coconuts actually nabbed the pole, and somebody complained about the Prospects eRacing thing, so I just fixed it. Hey, doing it live. Somebody with Prospects, the login must be on the back end. Yeah, we can get the name and stuff changed. I tried to do it before, but it's been so long since I logged in that I couldn't get that token to give me access. And there was a race, I believe, before this, so you can't log in too early. Anyways, we're done talking about this. Right now we got 10 people at a time, although Dylan's about 20 seconds behind. Guitar Man Khan, though, 134.39. Look how tight this is in the mid-pack.
Yeah. I mean, even just, for the front row, we got, less than a tenth between Bevo and Splendor, or just over a tenth between the two. What is that? 300ths for 4th and 5th there. Really crucial starting positions here, trying to leverage yourself in turn 1, carrying a lot of speed with light braking.
Yeah, I love the turn. The first section of this racetrack is great. But we're going to see these times get even better. I'm just impressed I did get the audio working overall. I'm not going to lie. Great. Thanks for
I think we can very realistically see someone break into the 28s for a pole here if they really get those tires working at the right time for the final run. Maybe a little bit of sunshine comes out to help these boys.
And the Prospects eRacing League login has chatted. Somebody snuck in the back end, did update the title, so hopefully we're good. But yes, Bevo back in the pits. But yeah, 130.25. It's gonna go to time. I'm on board with Coconuts. Who goes around? A little bit of ghosty. It's cloudy, but no rain. Hopefully it stays that way. Speaking of which, I am actually still.
Someone to keep an eye on here, little experiment here. Luke, he invalidated his first push lap, but he decided to keep on going. So now he has a full lap of tire temps built up into these things, and they are just gripping and ripping through Sector 1.
Yeah, this Luke guy. Speaking of gripping and ripping, yeah, he gripped and ripped. Just no grip.
I guess it was just a little too hot. That is the point you're getting those peak temps on that uphill exit.
How? Yeah, he's coming in and kind of made a statement a couple races into this season. Somebody's down again, too.
Oh.
He's back up.
And Jonesy's out of the session, completing McLaren. Oh, that's room for the boys behind.
The Google Pro McLaren is burnt to start this race. We're not getting. I think we only got 14 people. Para last week. I don't know if I think it was 2 weeks ago when Bevo and Para were 1-2 on the grid and they took each other out in the first lap. Just pure insanity. But today,
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
These boys are just so quick. They match up so well. If they were on different teams, we'd be getting a heck of a battle. But the fact that they're having now share a pit box, it makes it spicy. I love watching it, but I certainly wouldn't want to be involved in it. Looks like a little trouble gripping up that front axle for this exit here, but he's going to stay full on the throttle through 6. See how big his balls are. See if he stays in 7. Good man.
Coop and Chapper's teammates back to back right now. Anza taking that top spot. 129, 724. Look at the 5/1000s, 5/100ths of a second. Yeah, the looks like the four to look out for so far. Anza, Coconut, Splendy, and Bevo.
Also looking at Bauer here, he's gonna be challenging for that PP. He's gonna look to split the Red Bulls here with this lap.
So we got going across. I see a Ferrari. His Splendy's still out. He's gonna set a time here that's higher than what he's got. Across the line, takes it. Still got almost 7 minutes left. We're seeing these times gradually chip away.
They're getting a lot closer to the 28s. I expected this early in the session.
I expect a 128.7. I think whoever's going to do is going to chop a second at the time. I don't know. That looks bold. I'm just going by momentum at this point. What else we got coming up? I think that's
Chappers is coming through 130R right now. He's only a tenth and a half up, but he was marked as purple through Sector 1. So he may be running a really high downforce setup here, just playing positions off the start.
Bevo hit somebody.
See how he does through the chicane.
Bevo hit somebody who's got no wing. I kind of freaked out for a second. I look at the map. I was like, why is Boyer going backwards? But that was just the flow of the track. I'm watching everybody's crossing the line going one way. Or, I don't know. It's Tuesday. Paris saying still having connectivity issues. You had this last week. Might need to look at a new ISP. Boyer coming to the final chicane in the Merc. Next to the third, and he's just going to finish.
Dylan coming out of Sector 1, he's on a really high pressure run here. He still hasn't gotten a clean lap in, and he's going to have to decide whether to bail out or not if he wants to run at the end of the session. But he's only a 10th up right now through Sector 1.
He looked really quick through there. I think we're going to have his Chappers going to complete. He's still about halfway across. Check back in on Luke. Luke is starting the lap. Top 5, basically in the pits. Coconut's in the out lap. He's charging the warming up tires.
Coconut's is coming out this early, so you can be able to get that.
You get 4 minutes left.
Oh, this track faults.
All right, here. Chappers. A little bit of downtime as everybody gets geared up for their final run. As we come close to that 2-minute warning. Somebody's crossing. Is that Dylan? He's up to 10th, so he said a logical time this time, but he's still behind the pace.
Actually, looks like Coconut's really just wanted to guarantee himself some clean track, and he timed it beautifully. That sun starts peeking out of the clouds at turn 1.
Yeah, it's going to hit for the right time for him.
Absolutely smothering the apexes. I would never dare to even sniff those curves.
All about the right setup. Purple in Sector 1. Coconuts is eyeing to take this top spot. Hopefully hold on to it.
28.
At 128. It's going to take about half a second. Splendy's still splendid. He's looked quite well in the last few races. And my wireless battery is low. I'm going to unplug that in. Oh, there's the cable. Coconuts up the long straight. Oh, the circle. And he's got Sector 2. Purple. Down into the chicane.
How much curb is he going to use on this here?
Just
enough to get the car rotated.
Oh! We just majorly cursed this guy. He had everything on that lap. At least it happened. Luke took 4th, 130 even.
Oh, and Anza goes 180 degrees coming out of turn 2. He's not going to be able to get back to the pits in time for another run either.
Bevo, though, coming out the pit. He's got everything lined up to take this. Boyer back and
Now,
10th.
Luke, all the way up in 4th place. He's currently out of battery, out of gas, and on some roasted tires. I don't think he's going to have a shot either. So it looks like this could be just a 1v1 between Splandy and Evo in the best part of the track. What we should really be watching out for is these boys Chappers, Guitar Man, Gelty, Coop, Boyer, starting to steal positions off these guys who are able to get final runs in on the best part of the track. I mean, look at how warm it's getting with that sun coming out.
Unfortunately, Con and Guelph, you need to get out there. We're under 2 minutes now. You got to get a lap in before I can count the one that matters. Hans is still coming around the long hairpin. I don't know if that's really a hairpin or not, but. See now, somebody's in the chat saying their ears are screwed. Oh, when you missed it earlier where I was complaining they couldn't hear me. Y'all gonna learn?
They can never make their minds, can they?
Hans, a little bit of a slide there. Coming down to, what's he got? The grid cross line. And boop, nothing there. So we still lock. He's got one more shot. Where's Coconuts? Coming into the chicane.
Beaver taking off on his qualifying lap here. He was warming up tires last minute, so I was thinking with these boys tuning their pressures to the clouds that this last run may have some issues of overheating, but I think all these guys can do just all right.
Yeah, Coconuts is not going to cut it. He's coming back in. Luke's in. Con, I don't know if he's going to make the cutoff. Guelphy is axed. Boyer, if he can improve on this lap, that's going to be the focus. We get the two Assens in the back.
Just Peril also giving himself a one-shot quali here. He's going through the middle of Sector 1. And Bevo was purple through Sector 1.
That's what he does.
And it looks like Splendy may have had an accident because Just Para is right on his diffuser. Or at least he's going to be coming up to him quite soon if he has another little incident.
I don't know if that's actually Para, honestly, because he keeps saying he gets booted and there's no time set, so maybe it's back to him. Could be AI. Time to beat. Splandy has moved out of the way, so he's going to be basically locked in where he's at. On board with Bevo. Into the bend.
6/10 down.
Yeah, fastest through 2. Into the chicane. I'm not used to this echo on my earphones.
As of the Sector 2 marker, he is nose to nose with Splandy, so it's all about who had the better run through the chicane here.
Bevo, is he going to take it? Oh,
wow.
He's short! 8/100ths of a second. Splandy splitting hairs. He's gonna hold on to this. Con, unless he's red. He's out. Where's Coop?
Coop's coming here to the finish line. Let's see what he does.
9th.
Boom.
A lot of dirt all over Con's car. Be going through the sand. So
I think that just shows what an incredibly impressive lap that was from Splandy early in the session. I mean, to put that lap time up with all that cold cloud cover and then that track heat up, fully evolved right at the end, and Bevo still comes up just under a 10 short, that is incredible.
So Splandy gets it by the hair of his something, chinny chin chin, whatever. Only 14 drivers at Suzuka. Well, that should mean that there's less chance for accidents. So we already got the field missing 6 cars.
You all know this place is infamous for feisty battles through those twisting chicanes. I mean, you just look at that track map. I see 4 zones of death right off the bat.
Yeah, that last section, we might see some dive bombs. I mean, it's historically had dive bombs in real life. But this section through here, there's going to be a lot. The start of this race is going to be fascinating.
And can anybody in chat confirm? Do we know if it's a wet race? Could be cloudy? Any intel?
They're saying this game didn't crash, so I guess that was him, and he did he say that time? Yeah, he got third. It's Alpha 2 and 3. Pair out of nowhere with his DSL connection. And Splandy, Ferrari holds out on top. Only one Ferrari in today's race. Only one Haas. Only one Merc. I think that's it. Let's say, one Williams. But the
y'all need me to fill a seat while I commentate?
Should totally do that. Just look at the phone. Multitask. It's like playing Rock Band with a guitar while you sing. Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh, look at that gap from Chappers to Gelfie. What is that? 7,000? Or yeah, 7,000?
Yeah, that is. Well, huh? Yeah, it is. 14-21.
Man, you mentioned it earlier, but this midfield is so tightly packed in.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a low population in the lobby. Wow.
I think that'll help. Less safety cars. So no rain, some clouds. Doesn't guarantee we don't get it later. I've told Silva, I've never seen a race where I haven't raced a race in this game or watched one where the rain starts and then goes away. Like there hasn't had to been like a change from intermediate or wets to dry or vice versa during a race. Any I've watched or any, I mean, I've raced most of a season on my team and other races. I haven't had it happen. But they did patch this week. They added podium pass 2 and crossplay, which I'm hoping that we can finally get like an all-star event on our end that puts everybody on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation together in one race. That would be great. But yeah, Splandy's saying full dry.
I have had plenty of races where I've had kind of mixed. I actually had one in my team where it was at Imola, and everybody was recommended to start on the intermediates, but once you rolled up to the grid, it was actually dry conditions.
Huh.
So if you restarted the session, put yourself on softs, you were already ahead by a pit stop going into lap 2. I had to restart the session again to start on intermediates because I realized how broken it was. Because you can't box like they did in Hungary when Esteban won. It's just one of the mechanics they're missing right now is boxing from the formation lap.
And remember, we go straight to green. No formation countdown. Still says waiting for play. Yeah, we're green. Ferrari. Splandy on the outside. Drag race down to turn 1. Look at the move on the inside. Where is my overlay? It's not there. There it is. Wow. Splandy. Bevo Barrett, Luke Coconuts made a launch again. There's Anzas. Look at these two. Trading blows. 5th and 6th. Splandy out. Not necessarily, he's out clean, but these Alphas immediately running them down.
That is absolutely huge for Luke, gaining 2 positions off the start on the hard compound tires. Seabrook, though, starting at the back on the soft. It's a really curious decision there.
I think Luke has some untapped talent at this point. He's made moves like that throughout the season, coming in late. But look at this, Coconuts not having it, trying to take that spot back on the outside. Is there a run there? Nothing. Is he going to try to cut under here? There's nothing. Luke with enough gap. Actually coming up on Para, but look at this. What? 3rd through 5th, real tight. On the outside again. Luke's trying to get a run here. The better setup might win. You want to be on the outside in this corner. And it worked. Brilliant overtake by Luke. And here comes Coconuts underneath, and they bump.
Oh, the Williams cut to. Here we go. Now Luke is cut loose to the podium. Now he's the best strategy in the field. Just keep her clean. Side by side with the Red Bull and the Williams. And then the one following that Oz, giving Oz a little bit of a slip. Is he going to kick on the instant? No, Red Bull's going to wisely back out there.
Yeah, these two battling side by side, good going in, but excellent. Such aggression from Luke. Let's see what Para, see if he can come back on it.
Wow.
Coconuts are sneaking.
See, getting overtaken by his teammate, softs versus hards in lap 2. That's hard to watch.
So go ahead. I did not bring that up yet. Let's pull the tire data.
Now Anza closing on Coconuts here into the hairpin. We're just going to back out a little bit on that corner exit.
Yeah, once again, as you mentioned earlier, Luke on hards. Yes, that's really going to help strategy-wise. We got 27 laps here, of course, 25 to go. I think he could probably make it to 16 or 17 on those hards, depending on how, as long as he's got the pace. And everybody else up there is going to go to hards. So
just because of the lap count here and how much you have to push dead mediums in a first stint, starting on that heavy fuel load, there is such a massive window, like 5 or 6 laps there at the end of the hard stint, where you still have prime tire performance and you're overcutting these guys. So Luke is going to be able to take a massive advantage here, maybe put himself right up into Bevo and Splandy after the pits.
But here's the thing. Bevo and Splandy are running away from Luke. You've seen that time separate, which means Luke's kind of holding up everybody else. See if we can get that pace back up.
Coop is into the box.
Coop, early.
No wing change. Going to the hards.
Bold strategy, Cotton. See if it pays off. As Burton started on the softs.
Now Luke getting challenged here by Para and Coconuts. Looks like those mediums are still nice and oiled up for these clouds. How are we going to put it all the way around the outside? It smells.
Yeah, Cows, I don't know how well the AirPods are working, but you keep cutting out. But the Coconuts on the inside here to take it back from Luke. The early overtake at the launch was short-lived for about 3 laps. You see Pairing and Coconuts get their spots back. Guelphy now coming in the Red Bull. The Rocket, his teammate right behind him. Well, not right behind him, but behind him. Chappers is creeping on the con. Boyer also right there.
How am I sounding now?
Well, it's good, but when the excitement comes, you start cutting out. I think it's just the AirPods. Oh, right on the tail again here, busting to the inside. Coconuts coming for Pear into the legendary chicane corner where Ayrton Senna took out Alan Prost out of pure hatred.
It's the other way around. Don't you dare say that.
And here we go.
Coconuts just can't take that DRS. And
yes.
Bevo has gone into the lead after the DRS, so.
Yeah, they were running neck and neck, not side by side, but neither was gaining or losing. It just really took that DRS area to give an opportunity to one of the two to do something.
And Anza eats a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. That's
stupid. He also wrecked at some point. The lane's being changed. You saw his last race kind of collapse as well, as he started off well, and things happened. Coconuts 4.5 back on Splandy at this point. Pear and Luke don't want to lose track. Guelphy coming for Luke on those mediums.
Bevo trying to build a little bit of a gap here, but it looks like Splandy's dumping some battery just to keep it fighting. But I think Bevo may just have a little bit more tire life left right now.
3 laps on the tires. I hope that he's got more tire life left than 3 laps. But I'm thinking the mediums, they showed what the strategy was. I think the mediums probably get, 13 laps. Those hards probably get 17, 18, right?
Yeah, no. I'd say 17, 18 is that perfect stint because you're more so measuring out your hards for how long you want mediums at the end. And me personally, you almost want to treat them like a soft compound here and say, I want 9 laps of Schumacher qualifying laps to finish this race. Now I'm just going to push these hards as long as possible and maybe benefit from a safety car from the luck of it.
I'll take a look at the chat right quick.
Blandy's still challenging Bevo in turns 1 and 2 here. He's keeping that gap tight. Bevo keeps pulling it out with high downforce through his first sector.
Epic says such a clean first 2 laps. That's me dropping the phone. It's not clean. Anyway, Splandy coming back now within a second. That might have been, no, that couldn't have been because of DRS. They were far enough, so he's making some gains here. Coconut's also closing the gap just a little bit because he gets some separation from Para. It's up to 1.1. Where do we lose? Luke is back to 8th. What happened?
He was overtaken by Chappers, and I only clicked on him for a moment, but it looks like he had some tires on the grass in Sector 1. So it may have just ran a little bit wide there and had to make a big catch on curbs. We know how deadly those things can be.
Guess he lost quite a bit on that if that is the
Yeah.
case. Point now. Yeah, 0.9 now for Splandy. Again, I'm not used to hearing my own voice on the headphones, so it's weird talking. So he should get him in the DRS zone here coming out of chicane as long as there's no mess ups. Let's take a look here on board Bevo. We'll see if the Bevo got a good exit out of that chicane. I don't know if Splandy can get him.
Hey, how do I sound now? Do I have a lot of background noise?
You sound a little bit more like you're talking into a box. Box!
Alrighty. I will go back to the old.
I think we lost him. Coconuts, I don't know if he's scraped or didn't come off of that curb too well. Pair of 1.2 back. Oh, Pair goes off the track. Came back on as a ghost. Back down to 5th. Guelphy now up to 4th. Actually, quite early. Good run here from Guelphy. Being out Khan. 2 Red Bulls in the middle.
Now, despite losing out on a dream scenario, Luke is still looking good here because he's challenging Chappers as these hards become the preferred tire in the stint. And he's still got plenty of strategy for here.
Bumped the diffuser.
And now the car man had a little bit of an incident, so he's going to get dragged in this as a 3-way battle. 4-way with Jonesy and Bauer starting to close in as well as they're going to fight.
Yeah, they're all grouped up less than a half second apart from each other. We got a change here. Pair back around Guelphy after going off the track. Right.
Looks like Splandy could have a chance to challenge Bevo here. He gets a much better exit out of the final chicane. Let's see how much battery each of these guys spend.
Close-up shot there of facing the helmet. Is that new? I haven't seen that camera shot before. But Splandy did not gain on Bevo, but Bevo's just, he get that last exit on that DRS zone. He comes out so good in the last 2 laps. Splandy cannot really get a good run to catch him. You see they're just blowing away 3rd place. 3.5 seconds now. Somebody's down in sector 2. I think Burton keeps splinting. Guelphy now on Para.
Yeah. This could potentially get a little ugly soon in this little battle for 7th. Because Chappers is just backing up Luke into Jonesy and to Bauer. And I know I've been on the short end of the stick in those too many times before. We could see someone bring out the safety car here in the next few laps.
Don't be jinxing nobody. Here comes Guelphy still 0.7. Yeah, it's kind of a little train going there. Something's going to give. I think it's some hard, like they're running good times, but I don't think the pressure is going to be there to actually pass. I say that Jonesy is getting real close to Luke. Ooh. Falls back in line.
Yeah.
Trying to get a slipstream.
I think Jonesy needs to kind of accept here that Luke has excellent pace and he can just tag along with Luke and get towed by the DRS every lap. You just got to make sure you both get by Chappers in the same phase.
Yeah, try a different line there. They're all hopping that curb. Chappers got through there fairly clean. Mediums get better grip in the corners, no doubt about it. They should be peaking right now.
And as Gelfi is closing onto the back of Ira.
Luke takes a spot with DRS, finally. Back to 7th. Jonesy could not capitalize. Let's see.
From the looks of it, Gelfi's bearing down on Para with the battery advantage.
He's been chipping away a little bit, but can't get really get that closure. It's been about half a second to 0.7, but now he's
now Jones is going to put a really quick move here on Chappers. He understands the strategic significance of this. Let's see if he tries to line someone up through the hairpin.
He's going to try to force his way under, or let's see what happens here. Not really close enough to get up underneath.
Looking for Bauer as he closes up, it looks like Jonesy may have used all of his battery as well, so he's really going to struggle to pass Chappers here as he holds him up through the first sector on those old tires.
Back leaders right quick. Bevo up 1.1 now, so outside of DRS. They come down into the chicane again. Splandy actually closed in pretty good right there. back under for it. But how well does Bevo come out of this? He's already up a second. So that might be the lap that you see where Bevo starts to run away with this, because it's going to be just enough lap by lap to increase it to where the DRS becomes. See, Burton's out.
Oh.
Is there a wreck? No.
Somebody just crashed in the pit entry. I saw a wing explode from Gelfie's onboard.
That must have been Burton. He's out.
Oh, man. Is that going to be a safety car?
It would have popped up by now. Wonder if something
right
else
in the
happened.
pit entry.
Wonder if something else happened. Still Coconuts, 3.5. Not losing, not gaining, but Pear's losing. Guelphy still can't get close enough to make a move. When do you see pits? Because we're not seeing any safety cars.
Jonesy all over the back of Chappers here. Just keeps getting closer and closer. He's definitely going to have a whiff here. Oh, look at that run out of the lead up to the hairpin.
That last corner there, like going through the corner, Jonesy looked quicker. I don't know if he actually had to hold up a little bit, but the exit looked better for Chappers.
Now, Luke could have Mancon here through 421. Let's see what kind of exit he gets if he wants to use up that battery or not.
I've never thought to call him Mancon. I think I'm going to do that from now on. Mancon!
Mancon!
Y'all woke up yet? Great. Nobody's talking in the chat. Let us know your thoughts. Not some solid action so far, but we also only have 14 cars that started today. I mean, we are running a championship here. Suzuka, it's a great track. 0.8 now for Bevo and Splandy, but it's not enough to where it matters most.
Jones, he's going to stick a nose up the inside. He's going to force Chappers into a mistake, and that's going to allow him. And now it's going to allow Bauer to challenge the Aston Martin. Not quite. What a move.
Get it. Yeah, I saw Chappers.
Luke's out!
What?
That could be a safety car.
Yep.
There we go. All the hard runners just lost out big time. That's rough.
Coop just capitalized.
Medium runners.
Coop fans are already pitting. I don't know. I mean, they're on hards. I'm not sure why they would, but that's what they're in.
Yeah, they're not going to have another set of hards available, are they?
Coop
going on those two-lap-old mediums, the original tires that started the race on. What's on it?
Trying to see. Oh, he had that penalty, remember? So he took that, went to mediums.
That's super for Honza, yeah.
So, do you pit?
And again, they're putting on mediums that are not going to make it to the end of the race. Whereas the hards, even though it would have been a stretch, they probably would have been functional.
Unless they're banking on another safety car, or two. But do you pit now?
We should see 1 through 6 pit. We're right in the pit phase for the mediums. Plus, you have a few laps of safety car to bring those medium or hards up in temperature, and you're only gonna have about a 14-lap stint. What we need to see is Jonesy and Bauer. What are they gonna do here?
Coconuts just sped in pit lane. You know why? So leaders are pitting. 1 through 5, 6. I mean, everybody's gonna.
Jonesy stays out.
Yeah, they should.
Bauer comes in.
See if we see Jonesy get around them all. Is he going to take the lead? Nope. Comes out third. So
podium positions. So we're definitely going to be juxtaposing Jonesy to Bauer the rest of this race, seeing the strategy call play out. Because Bauer, even though he's on a lighter fuel load, those mediums are really going to struggle those last 3 to 4 laps without another safety car to stretch him out a little more. But then again, Jonesy, I mean, he pit stop without sacrificing the entire strategy. He needs to hope for another safety car to bail him out here and enough time to get the field spread to pull it off.
I'm trying to run the chat one making the comments. What does this say? Hello, Shahid, Ash, Raph. Where's that? Farja. I don't know. Hi. And then, yeah, not much. It's plenty commented full dry race. Anyways, Bevo, it's his race to lose right now. Make sure. Okay, good. But yeah, it says the race to lose right now. Working Splandy find the advantage. You still there? Dylan's
No,
out.
I'm still here.
Dylan's out.
Huh?
Did he spin out in pit road? I'm
Did
on
you
board
just
with
pull a
Coop. Let's
Bevo?
see if we see a car. He's out. Looking for a car through here. I'm board with Coop. Nope, not there. So down to 11. Down to 11. 11.
I mean, Suzuka's always racing attrition, but his is really just keep it to the checkered written points like this. Keep her clean, boys. Get her home.
Eat some cheese. Go. 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 Got that dog in him. So as we run, Bevo, Splandy, Jonesy, Coconuts, who has a 5-second pit road speeding penalty, Parrot, Wealthy, Mancon, Chappers, Boyer, Hansa, Snoop Coop.
As the safety part starts to wear on, Jonesy's staying out just starts to look more and more painful because those mediums can make it to the end. It's just, that was unfortunate.
Yes. Where can Splandy catch Bevo? Like, how's that going to work? What are your thoughts?
It's all about the exit here, but the angles of the final chicane here, I mean, it really favors the leader on research getting away. So I think we should be more concerned about how that Splandy-Jonesy interaction works. And if Jonesy's going to become the mobile roadblock that keeps Coconuts, Para, and Gelfi from challenging those top two. I mean, we've seen these boys are on a different level.
Look officially left. I just want to sit here and watch the peril. It's torture.
Why would you do that when you can listen to our beautiful voices?
I'm sure he is. Better be. Better subscribe, share, post flyers in your high school cafeteria or something. I don't know.
Buy armor. I will fight you.
What?
Do we have Mert?
Huh?
Do we have Mert?
Do we have what?
Mert?
You say Merv?
Merch. Like merchandise, hats, t-shirts.
I saw we do have a t-shirt, I believe. I saw it on Instagram earlier. If you're not following us on Instagram, you should do it. And then you should make sure that you share it so we can get some merch. But yeah, it's got the logo in it that you see that I've properly adjusted in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen.
Jonesy boxes. He must have been listening to us. That's a good call.
In the back going to... What do you start on? Start on hards. But I guess maybe how long this pit's going, or this safety car's going. We're halfway now, right?
I mean, Bauer is, his medium's probably be up to like a solid 5% at the race start. So, I mean, there's some time. I mean, it's just, it was the best he could have done after the initial call of staying out because this safety car has lasted so long, you know? I mean, they're just inherently going to be at a disadvantage. They just got to really capitalize these first 2 laps when the tires are working.
So wondering, well, the Jonesy thinks something else is going to prevail instead of pitting and just losing all those spots. I guess those mediums go that long?
I mean, on a light fuel, though, it'd still give you a stretch, especially with how hard you're going to have to push because all 3 of them are forced psychologically to say, I got to carve up this field since I got better pressure tires, softer tires, and that's got to make them last. It's a very fine balance, especially around a track like this. I mean, the clouds help, but it only does so much.
we're not stuck in a loop here. There's a new bug I'm not aware of. I mean, how many laps has the safety car been going?
Well, leave this. If it doesn't come in this lap, that's when you should get worried.
New patches.
And that also, there we go.
Thank God. That's it. New patches can implement new bugs. That's how it works.
I know Coconut's in a 5-second penalty here, but Jonesy boxing frees up Para to get right back into the podium fight with his teammate here. Maybe we'll see some more Para Bevo Alfa Romeo drama.
Right down to the chicane, should be going in. He's boop, scoop. What happened there?
Ooh, and a little bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, he had a wiggle. He pulled out pretty clean.
He'll be all right though.
Falling in line and see what Pear and Coconuts. Nope, they're spread out pretty well. Coconuts must have that car really low.
Khan and Gelfi coordinating between the Red Bulls, a little multi-21 action there. Good teamwork.
Neck and neck, 5th and 6th. Chappers behind them. Not much pressure.
Well,
Underwhelming. We expected more to happen on that restart, but Coconuts has actually kind of caught Splandy. Made it call him slipping.
Hans is really going to have a rough end of this race here with those 7-lap-old mediums. I mean, I know the last couple were on their safety car, but those things are going to be toasty.
I've already saying bye-bye. Over a second. Coconuts, well, he's coming. See if he pushes into the hairpin. No, they just went through the hairpin. See if he cuts these corners at all here. If he nails these apexes good and get a good run on that long back stretch.
Most important thing here for Bevo is going to be to make sure he's not providing any DRS or considerable slipstream by the time it's active. I mean, he's got, what, a 2-lap window here to dump battery and get out of there. Let him scrap P2.
There almost looks like he's dragging.
Jonesy making the move on fresh mediums before 420R. And Anza going around the outside of Bauer in the chicane.
Not the cleanest overtake. It was real bouncy. Around the end. Coconuts now half second. Hera coming with. Still not enough
All
there.
medium runners. Do you think Bauer and Jonesy are going to have a massive advantage over Anza with that, even though they're on that same compound? Yeah?
Definitely. Poop's also just kind of lost in translation. He's led the lap hards. Oh, he's waiting. He's got to pit at some point. Oh, no, he already pitted once. So he might be able to go to the end, but 26 laps.
I believe he pitted at the end of lap 2. No wing damage, so I'm not sure quite what it was.
1.2 for Beva, but Coconuts is coming. Once that DRS opens, Coconuts should. Splanty's not great coming out of that last section. Coconuts has proven definitely in the last race where he quit.
From now on, I'm going to refer to Anza, Bauer, and Jonesy as the 3 musketeers because these boys are going to stick together and carve up the field as a big old pack. I mean, they're just linked up to each other like it's a big old chain. Chappers is right in their sights.
More of them in the back, yeah. They are definitely lined up single file, like they're waiting in the lunch line. Save a bunch. Ooh. Odds came in there pretty hot. He made a pass him, and there goes our DRS. DRS enabled. 0.4 seconds now for Coconuts. Now here's the theme. Splandy might not have the pace to take Bevo, but Coconuts might have the pace to catch Bevo. There's enough time. One thing on that is he's going to have the slipstream in the toe of Splandy no matter what, and then have a DRS to get by, so he's going to have that advantage. Bevo just has the clean air, which is good in its own way.
And Anza is absolutely shredding his tires in this dude right now, and he just cannot find a place to put his nose.
He's looking hot. He's fast, but yeah, it's a ticking time bomb with those tires. Right behind him, Boyer's just going with it.
And as he cooks them, these two behind are just saving even fresher tires to use a little bit later.
Wide there for Boyer. Oh, somebody
Oh,
Pear's
Coconut's
out!
out of spin.
And that safety car. Pear might have gotten
Wow.
disconnected. Did he say anything? Chaos Druid is saying, watch out for your ears. Gonna learn? Pear, what happened? Spinaroonie out, and we're back to the safety. So this will allow Anza should pit right now. And he is. Khan up to third. Look at the Red Bulls. So Coconut's pitted as well. He's going back to mediums. He had the pace. This isn't a good decision. I think he had a chance to win this race. Do you have a penalty, though?
I'm not sure.
He's going to softs with 10 lap. Why?
Whoa.
That's not... No.
And they can definitely last by the time the safety car ends, especially in cloudy conditions with the light fuel load. But I don't know if they're an optimal race tire because I think a fresh set of mediums would have better overall stint pace.
I don't
It's
think
worth a shot, though.
I don't think he should have pitted at all. I think he would have got Splandy if not on that lap the next one. Probably could've
No,
won that
Coconut's
race.
had to replace his front wing.
Oh. You might have been the one that got into it with Para.
From the looks of it, I believe him and Para may have had a coming together where one of them just because I mean Spoon is a really difficult corner exit, and then when you're under pressure, someone knows.
Yeah, Coconuts don't like them softs. He saved that. He saved it.
He almost just put it in.
Pear says he spun, and while I tried to avoid him, he hit me. I go on grass and spun myself. His fault. Go.
That's tough.
Joko. I'm gonna start calling him Joko. In the back on the softs. I don't think he's gonna be a player for the win now. Must have been Pear must have applied the pressure at some point because Coconuts was coming.
I mean, I've seen Coconut carve up fields before. He could definitely be in a shout for the podium.
Right now we got Khan. Khan eyeing the podium. Teammate right behind though, but Khan also has a penalty. So really it's Guelphy eyeing that podium as we get to 9 laps to go. As these safety cars here seem really long. It is kind of a long track.
I think it's also just that safety car has a ton of top speed, but there's nowhere to use it around here. I mean, you've seen that GTR on board. Wow, that thing will get up to what? 170, 180?
With that Merc, I think it's a 200 mile per hour car. GTS. Just a Mercedes GT, whatever. They've changed the name like 3 times since they made it. Great car.
I mean, I've always been in the school of thought that we should make a dunce car be the safety car and just put Nikita Mazepin in a Formula Ford and make him do it.
I saw me
dressed up like a little clown.
Because the safety car used to be like Vauxhalls, like awful European like garbage cars. Like the safety.
Those are real safety cars. A bunch of lemons that break down.
Yeah. Like NASCAR should get Kia. So what's his penalty? Let's take a look.
It's 3 seconds. I'm sure. I believe it may have been a collision penalty.
I wonder if he got tied up with that scruff because he was behind them. So might not have been his fault. Crew streamers say nothing wrong with Vauxhalls. Yeah, that's a lie.
So
all right,
I've gotten track limit penalties on lap 16, lap 7, and lap 3.
I think we'll get our position changes. Con has gained 7, Guelphy 4, Jonesy 6. So we're at now. Getting Splaney started on pole, and Luke Made a bold move, made up a couple spots immediately, lost it the next couple laps, and then lost his race. Burton was first to go down. Dylan just mysteriously disappeared. And then Luke went down, and then Perry got DOS boot from Joko. And we're down to 10. I don't know if Coop is actually in the race. No, he is. That's not a ghost. Boyer in the pits.
Yeah, these softs are definitely going to be moved how long the safety car's been out. It's only going to be, what, 8 push laps? I mean, if you're at the front, you couldn't really capitalize on the options, how much we're losing out.
We got 3 on softs now. Josie's sitting. What, 8 laps?
8. The fate of Red Bull lies in the hands of Chappers and Jonesy to hold off these soft runners in charge of the
See, Constantly a quarter cut pin. Boyer for podium now. Watch out. Optic. Honestly, you should raid. Yeah, raid. Why not? Bring in like 4 people. Be awesome.
Now, we know Bevo is infamous for taking himself out from under safety car in the lead.
Raid,
We've seen it in Australia.
Break out the cans. Spray some raid. Kill the roaches. Probably. Welcome to raid. Thanks for raid. I guess that was Pat again. Let's get it. Let's go. It's safety car. So y'all rated it like the most boring time. Quick recap. Splendy had pole. There we go. It's in. Raid, 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 raid. Thanks for joining. Stick around. We got a shootout.
Spectators are on the track for the raid.
This is a yellow car. Oh, that's literally the safety car. Anyways, we're starting. Bevo can't pull away from Splandy. They're right with them. Splandy's still not good. He's not good in that corner. Khan making the move. Gonna shoot down into turn 1. Can he get under? Nope. Chopped there by Splandy. Blocking that. Teammate right behind. Guelphy coming. Bevo hoping to hold on. Back end came out just a little bit right there. But that setup for Bevo through that section is great.
Shoving Jonesy through sector 1. I can't believe he didn't get past him in turn 1.
It's a sauce. It's a sauce.
Absolutely lethal.
But will they last? We got 7 laps. They're not going to last. We're probably going to see one of these 3 guys spin out.
I think they can. They'll work for these first 4. I mean, this is essentially just an extended 5-lapper at this point.
Van Con coming. Red Bull. Oof. Chappers. Stuck in between a rock and a hard place here. He's the Gappa. He's the one that tying the 2 bridges together. Jonesy trying to come underneath. Woo. Well, these 3 right there. Here comes Anza, the inside. Side run. Oh, they bump! It's going to have the position underneath in this corner, but you really kind of want to be on the outside. Anza cleanly.
Yeah,
let it go.
He's up next for Anza. Oh, he's into the old bar. Oh, no!
Bevo! Who was that? I thought Bevo spun. That was Anza.
Anza.
Tell you, those softs, I mean, they were fresh, but...
That's the end of the soft runs.
2 laps. That's it. Actually, 1.
Oh.
We're not yellow,
really
though.
had a shot there challenging a podium.
We're still green. I did not swear in commentary. I'll just say that. I would know if I did. I have in the past, but I know at that moment I did not right there. Bevo, 1.5 seconds.
This Mancon goes around.
Mancon.
What just happened? Jonesy's dead.
Jonesy's out.
I was on board Kelsey and just saw McLaren implode into an Aston Martin. I have no idea what happened there, but Chappers is now on the podium. They all got to come in for softs. There's no question.
Bevo, Splandy, Chappas, Coconuts, Coop. We are on it. We're back to safety car. So we're basically going to have a 3-lap shootout, right? Yeah, I'd say 3-lap. Anybody going to pit on softs? That's the question.
If they fun lap real hard in this sort of a sprint safety car pack, you don't have a choice. Even if you use track position, you got to grab those fresh softs. Let's see what Bevo and Splandy do to set the tone.
Somebody called out Parallel Optic. Loves taking people out. Took Potty out. Took me out in Britain. Took out that AlphaTauri. Somebody's bringing the heat in the chat. And nobody's
And a mix of choices here.
I almost swore, but that was like 20 minutes ago. I said ish. Yeah, soft tire time. Thanks again for the raid. Brought in a decent amount of people. What do we have to now to say? I can't see it on the phone. So Coconut's up to second now as Splandy. Everybody goes with softs. I don't think that works.
Bevo and Coconuts are going to get ripped apart here if this is a short safety car. I mean, if it's a long safety car, we only have 3 laps of racing, they can make it. But
so here, they've had 11 laps on the. Bevo's had 11 laps on his hards, and these safety cars have been 3 laps a pop. We've had 2 of them. He's only raced like 5 laps on these. They ain't even.
Regardless, it's just off the hard advantage around here specifically, which is all those long mechanical see the tires kind of bite. The one thing that is saving them, those Coop and Bauer on those older softs acting as a meat shield. So guys like Splandy, Chappers, and Gelty.
Did you say meat shield?
Yeah, meat shield.
It's a meat shield.
A human body.
I'm going to find some way to incorporate that to be used for something else. So we're down to 9. Mancon has a penalty as he basically caused this last incident. So where Red Bull was staring at a podium, they now are last and second from last. Everybody's on softs, though, so Coop might be in a little bit of trouble sitting in third. Those are probably going to fall off. Still out there. So, any shout outs? Anybody in the chat want to shout out something? We're on TV. Yes, TV. At least Tier 1 is. Gran Turismo 7 on Fridays. But I don't think we have anybody to commentate and host.
Oh, I sure hope you, because I won last week. Nobody was covering it.
Yeah, well, I quit the race because my setup was terrible.
Definitely going to get some comms on there.
Yeah. Now, tell us about that first Gran Turismo race you were in, Cows.
Yeah, so you mean the first one I did at Galagos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I had the good old Thrustmaster button spam glitch, which I knew nothing about at the time. It was a wheel I had for weeks, and it was just spamming the share button, so I couldn't race. So I go ahead and try and fix it myself and monkey brain it and break it even more. And as soon as I get in this new wheel, just another 2-300 to be able to get a refund because it was faulty guy on Craigslist, wherever, real cool dude. Come back immediately. Oh man, that force feedback feels so good on Gran Turismo. It is just when you move to have more mechanical grip in the game, I want it. No, mwah.
You got the what Thrustmaster? The big one, the TGT, or just a 300?
No, the 300. Yeah, it's got like, what is it, 12 years now, and they have different iterations of it.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend getting a new one though, just in case you have some of those faults that tend to come across. But you can usually get them for a pretty respectable price relative to the market.
I'm rocking that CSL Fanatic that they released, the tiny one. I got to review it.
Hi.
So I didn't pay for it. But the only problem is you have to have like a good seat to support it because it's too rough.
Mm-hmm.
before
I
they had
actually, I've been using a little lunch table I stole from Walmart. No, actually, it cost about 99 cents, but they didn't put a sticker on it yet, so I figured it was free. I just kind of walk out with it, nobody said anything. And that worked beautifully. But as soon as I put something as powerful as a P300 on there, I was
Yeah.
basically using my legs as the table. So I found this little scrap metal kit. I'm pretty certain the welder is not certified because that looks jank.
We're green again. Coconuts.
Oh
No
boy, it
run.
already ended?
Yeah. Oh god. There we go. Is he gonna be able to do anything on the softs? Because
The
Bevo.
problem this year is all these Smith runners just going to kill each other's races trying to catch Bevo and Coconuts.
See what Bevo can do to hold off. This will be the he had a challenge early from Splandy. Splandy now back in fifth. I'm not sure if he can make a run, but hasn't been much of a challenge middle of the race for him. But now his biggest challenge lies in front. Boyer, Splandy, Chappers. Nobody's changing positions yet, but they're all on one line together. Bunching up here in the middle. Ooh, Chappers underneath Splandy, but not enough of a run there. Well, he's got good momentum now.
Let's see what he does here out of Spoon. Maybe try to take an alternate line here. Get a nice run in the 420R.
That's about the only thing he really do. Depending on who was able to get more heat in their tires during all that.
Also curious to see how these guys use the batteries with only a few laps left. How does each guy distribute it? Especially these leaders, they set the tone.
Splandy's coming hard for Boyer. Let's see what happens here in the chicane. Nothing there.
And Gelfie, oh.
Gelfie spun. We're
Looks like
still
there
good.
may have been contact there at the chicane under braking.
Coconut's starting to come for Bevo. Looking for that lead. No DRS yet, but this is going to be a battle. You said the softs are going to make them look bad, but we're up to a second and a half from third place.
Very surprised.
Well, it's because these two are dominant. They are.
Yeah, Duke and Bauer just getting in front of everybody and fighting. I mean, wow.
Yeah, them tires, I think. The tires for Cooper gone.
I really thought that even with the soft runners fighting each other, they would still be catching up as a group to those hards in front. I'm sorely mistaken.
These two can just drive.
Oh, and Bauer puts a little bit on the outside. That releases Boyer on some slightly fresher softs. Let's see if Splandy can get around. He's the most... Oh, here
Cooper. Yeah, them tires are gone. Here comes Chappers underneath. Nothing there. Boyer in the third, though. But the question is, he's on 6-lap old soft, so they're going to fall off the next lap. Splandy can make a run, as he does right there. Ooh, that was really tight for that pass. Good overtake, though. Both competitors keeping it straight.
Now the race begins.
Now you might look. But here's your fastest runner, Bevo, 132.534.
Looks like Coop got an illegal overtake. He was forced down into P6, giving up positions to his teammate, and I believe Boyer as well.
Now, he's got to make up just over a second a lap to get to second place. He's basically got to make up 3 seconds a lap in the last 2 laps to win this race. It's doable. Those softs are right where they need to be. Yeah. Because Coconuts...
He's only making up 3/10 through Sector 1. I don't think he's going to have it. I'm not sure if he'll be able to challenge Coconuts by the end.
6/10 now. Coconut still wants his win. Bevo looking to hold on. Let's take a look here. Boya! Still falling off. Chappers is coming at this point. Coop 8-lap softs. He might spin out if he's not careful. I don't want to see that, though. I want to see us get a win here. 1.9 now for Splandy. This will be a section where he can make up a lot of time. But he's not. 4/10 for Coconuts as they bunch up into the chicane. Last lap shenanigans. Are you ready? Again. Coconut's fastest lap. DRS should be open. Where's the move? Is it going to come? It does not. Wow. Right behind him, though,
Coconut's
Boyer and
closing in, though.
Chappers.
Bevo's also blinking on battery. Coconuts looks to have an ERS advantage when it comes up to the final sector here. This could be massive.
We might see the pass on that backstretch. We might see him dive bomb each other in that last chicane. We might just get sent across 2022.
Oh, gosh.
You ready for some
Chappers
hot heat?
looking to put a move on Bauer.
Bevo was fastest in Sector 1 the entire race. But now 7/10. Where's he going to be able to
Chappers
close?
could have a run here to the hairpin. It's not quite.
Just doesn't have enough to get through on Boyer. Splandy is done and out. Sauce did not work. Coconuts, can you do anything here? The last run, the final stretch.
Oh, Coconuts is a big twitch. That's going to put it.
He's pushing.
Really had a shot there if he kept it clean.
He is pushing it. See if Bevo has a hiccup. He's not known to. Into the final chicane. Survival of the fittest. Through the exit, down the hill, around the corner. Coconuts has nothing. Bevo wins the Japanese Grand Prix. A little bit too late there. Splandy third, Boyer fourth, Chappers, Coop, Anza. No, that's Guelphy. Anza. Mancon finishes running. So take a look again. Our winners here.
Hey, it's all points paying. Like we said, finishing today is a good result.
And some people didn't show up. You got an advantage right there just for that. Alfa Romeo at the front again. His teammate, can't say the same, goes down early. Driver of the day from the game goes to Boyer. Who's your driver of the day?
Me personally, I'd have to look back for a second. I think off the top of my head, Coconut being able to absolve that 5-second penalty from early in the race and still put it up there in P2. I mean, that's quite impressive. Although not looking at the standings, I'm probably forgetting someone out there.
I'm still thinking Joko too, just Coconuts. Not to take away from Boyer. Strategically had a good day. Splandy took the risk going softs, didn't work out. Correct. Craigie says hi. Well, we're saying bye, Bevo. Coconut, Splandy, Boyer, Chappers. Top 5 fastest lap. Actually went to Splandy there at the end. Boyer did start 11th and finish 4th. Shout out Chappers.
Really tough day for the McLaren boys. I mean, 4 total crashes. Tough.
Really good. And those that finished. Anza, not a good day. Golfy. Well, it's a good race. Don't know if we're racing. 5 p.m. Eastern for what platform and tier today? This is Tier 2 PlayStation. Tier 1 Monday, Tier 3 Wednesday, Tier 4 Thursday for PlayStation. And then Gran Turismo 7 will be at that time slot on Fridays. So, that was fun.
I believe we have Deep Forest Raceway this weekend. That is going to be spicy. A really technical circuit with a couple of very long straightaways. It's a fictional circuit based out in Switzerland. So, definitely not ordinary.
Yeah, it's an OG circuit. I just don't know how well it works for multiplayer racing, but whatever. I need to just figure out a way to default my setup and make sure the back end doesn't come out on slow corners. That'd be great.
Yeah, that Porsche is, you're really going to hate it this week.
So I'm not looking forward to it. I want to go to the GTR, but I didn't. So, should have just went the WRX, I guess. Either way, that's Friday.
WRX is always a good idea.
WRX. Or Yeah, that's
Or the
Friday.
VRZ. Yeah.
So I'm filming 9,000.
I'm Cows with Guns.
All right. We are out next week. Do it again.